Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some more Gundam 00. Last time we had a whole bunch of stuff happen. Should I go ahead and just read the synopsis?
Don't spoil us!
Alright, reading episode 8 here. No. Underworld Souls. Last episode, the Gundam Meisters defeated the Moralian army despite an earlier attempt by Setsuna to confirm if Ali was in the AAU and ACT prototype he recently fought. Their actions forced the Moralian army to surrender to the Meisters after the previous state of emergency is declared, while Setsuna is reprimanded by Lock-On and Taria for placing all celestial being in danger by potentially exposing all their identities. An unknown terrorist group simultaneously bombs various nations as a warning to celestial being, threatening more indiscriminate events unless the group disbands.
I'm sorry, Setsuna got what by Lock-On?
Reprimanded.
Okay, I thought you said something close to like lambasted. It's weird, I think I've heard this before.
But yeah, the big two reveals from last time were our main character Setsuna realizes who's piloting the opposing mobile suit and decides to almost completely give up their entire game to find out, at which point everyone is very mad at him. And the second is a whole bunch of terrorists pop up and go, "You can't do shit about this." And we're going to get probably an investigation into those very terrorists this episode, I think. You got any thoughts on all that?
I guess other than the thought that the terrorist organization is also part of celestial being.
Right. Our grand conspiracy theory here right now.
Oh, are you jumping on board with it? Are you willing to make it your own?
No, I'm not willing to make that jump yet. I think there's still plenty of other possibilities, because we don't know anything yet.
Well, then until you're willing to jump on board, it's my grand conspiracy theory, of which I can say, I was right, when it's proven right. Because otherwise you're still in the wrong.
We're gonna get some maximum level Theta being right here today, I think, everyone. So let's be prepared for that. You gotta brace yourself.
I mean, I was 90% right with Tokyo Godfathers, so why not this?
What I'm gonna really need this episode is robot continuity. I need our little round robot to still be wet or drying off at the start of this episode.
I really don't want to know what you want wet or not wet, Griff.
Oh, that's what all the sexy magazines here are filled up with. Wet robot.
Is that what you're doing, Griff? Collecting a lot of sexy magazines?
Ah, yes, all those sexy robot magazines.
That's what on the shelf behind you?
Oh,
those sexy magazines?
Well, Neon Genesis Evangelion is up there.
And it is full of an underage boy groping an underage girl. Is that what you're admitting to, Griff?
Oh, gosh. Well, thankfully there's none of that in this series. There's also less penguins, unfortunately.
No, there's just a older woman being highly suggestive to a bunch of underage kids.
We'll get to the groping later. For right now, though, I think we're in for some terrorism. We may as well just see what happens.
Well, I feel like if I was ever going to send a recorded statement to the authorities,
I fell right into that one. I'm sorry.
I feel like I have to keep that saved on file somewhere. Because it seems
Case Griffin betrays me. Play this file to the authorities.
It seems so quintessentially you that you're going to say that in a video recording someday.
Well, let's get on with the terrorism here. Let's go ahead and watch. Oh. It's Italy's turn to be exploded.
Oh, a train. Okay, I thought we were back at the bus.
Yeah, we got the actual manifesto now. So,
我々は人々の代弁者であり、武力で世界を押さえつける者たちに反抗する正義の使徒であるか。
But they're literally doing terrorism to advocate for nation states to continue violence.
What, do you hate freedom, Griff?
Apparently I do.
Well, because you know who gets to make choices in this world?
Not those guys.
Oh, I swear I'll be able to clip this one episode up. They just give you, like, give your video message to the UN.
I do love Haru's little robo ears when they flap up.
But
They're
no,
just so cute.
I think my main point is you dislike a select few being able to assert their control over the masses, right? Say governments or politicians and whatnot, right? But what a celestial being other than an even more refined number of a few asserting the control of the masses?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yep,
more
currently they are a bit hypocritical.
they're more tyrannical than the tyrannical governments. Because at least the tyrannical governments are a number of people who are inflicting their will on a bunch of people. I think
You could maybe argue that the nation states technically are in support of maybe propping up some sort of rights and ensuring things for people around them, and the Gundams here aren't necessarily like an organized system of ensuring equality. They're literally just anti-starting war.
right, well, I mean, it's hard to argue since they just basically attack anything with a military basis. But I think my point is it better to have 1,000 people controlling 8 billion? Or is it better to have one person, or sorry, thousands of people controlling 8 billion? Or is it better to have 4 people control 8 billion? Or I guess in this instance, 4 people controlling thousands who are controlling 8 billion.
I guess the main thing is they haven't asserted any rule.
They have. The rule to not fight one another.
I mean it in the political sense.
I think you of all people should understand that violent recourse is the only solution to some of the problems that exist in the world. That some things cannot be solved.
In some regards.
Yeah, some things cannot be resolved with words. I think in my
Luxury yacht time, though.
I think in my point that I made also in episode 1 and 2 is that the vast majority of human advances have come through war.
I would dispute that, but probably not today.
That's what you said last time too, so apparently not today either. I meant like the technological...
Whenever we want an episode to take an hour, we'll get to it.
Well, I mean like technological advances. The majority of mankind's technological advances come through war. Additionally, I would say also social advances as well. Revolutions are just another form of war.
Happy Harobot.
各国の状況は
主だった国の諜報機関は国際テロネットワークの拠点を探すべく
I bet they are.
している模様です。テロ発生。人格領です。これでユニオン、AEU、人格連、すべての国家軍が攻撃対象になりました。やはり国際テロネットワークの犯行である公算が大きいようです。
支援国家の
That you started your sentence saying it was international terrorist organization.
待つしかないということは。
So, also on my mind is that this network had to have already existed before all of this, right? It didn't just pop up within a week, an entire international terrorist organization, right?
I mean, it's possible. It's just a network of different terrorist organizations all working together.
There's, of course, the modern thing of they could all be stochastic terrorists, where they've been radicalized by various statements and then independently decide to do violence in a bunch of lone wolf attacks. But they are coordinated, so it can't possibly be that.
行きます。
エクシアディナムス出撃準備出撃準備。
The IRA didn't disband. They just turned the I from Irish to international.
We shall no longer be the IRA. We will now be the IRA. Come out, ye black and tans. Come out and fight me like a man. Do it. I guess in this universe that'd be primarily aimed at this guy.
分かった。何があったら報告してくれ。了解しました。中佐。どうした？
今回の件は中佐が関わるようなことではないと思いますが。
多発テロの原因はソレスタルビーイングだ。となれば奴らがこの事件に絡んでくる可能性もある。そういうことだ。
But you need a military target for them to talk in on.
The various people involved are all at a very interesting crossroads, where at one hand, they definitely don't like Celestial Being, but also, they probably do not support randomized bombing of their territory. Nobody likes anyone here.
姫様の外交にはケチがつきっぱなしね。テロの影響でイギリス外務省との会談も延期されたわ。すべてそれ
So we're at a distance from her. I can't immediately recognize who this is.
This is the princess.
I knew it was. Like you, Griff. Always the source of obvious information.
But you said you didn't know who it was.
Yeah, I understood that when they said he's really putting a hamper on your tour, princess, that this was the princess. But visually, I didn't recognize the character.
一度戻って安心させてあげたら。
ダメよ。もともと留学には反対だったんだから。あれこれ理由つけて引き止められちゃうもの。ただいま。
姉さんが帰ってきた。
I didn't realize their phones had like those little virtual screens. It's interesting.
それじゃ。
Well, everything in this world seems to operate with that technology.
Yeah.
お帰り姉さん。で、疲れてる？
そりゃ疲れるわよ。モラリア大規模戦闘に同時多発テロ。各国首脳陣の公式声明。世界中で起こっているソレスタルビーイングの排斥でも。社員総出で取材してもしきれないって。
正直。
Got some fruit juice.
Nondescript fruit juice, my favorite.
Yeah, it's a generic brand fruit juice has to be the best fruit juice. Here, have some water in a bottle without a wrapper. But just tells me it has to be tap water.
バスが爆破されて大勢の人が巻き込まれてそれを見たとき関係なくないんだって分かってなかった。
It's weird.
何も知ら
The
なかっただ
bus
けで
was like caved in, right?
さっき被害者の遺族
Like it destroyed 75% of the bus. Did not hurt the people on the ground significantly enough that they bled.
Of course, here she is talking about talking to all the victims and being very justifiably angry.
土台無理なんだよ。世界から戦争をなくすだなんて。
彼らもそう思ってるんじゃないかしら。
どういう意味？
戦争根絶なんていう無茶な目的の裏には何かがある。ソレスタルビーイングが成し遂げたいと思う。
I wonder if perhaps that'll be revealed later. An ulterior motive, perhaps.
でも人は死んだよ。大勢死んだ。悲しんでる人たちもいっぱいいる。
そうね。本当そう思うわ。
To be fair, to what I understand so far, less people have died in the terrorist bombings than Celestial being killed in that one action over that French country.
Right, though of course, the difference between fighting a bunch of soldiers at their base and a bunch of civilians get killed does have some differences here in terms of how it's felt.
No. Celestial being instigated the fight. Those people at the military bases weren't going to kill themselves, Griff. It wasn't a mass suicide operation. All
The
Celestial,
Scottish Highlands, hell yeah.
all Celestial Being had to do was not show up, and maybe 10 people would have died. Workplace accidents. Hard to avoid.
行っちゃうのか。当たり前だ。俺は神の代わりに務めを果たしに行くんだ。ダメだよ。死んじゃうよ。なんだお前、死ぬのが怖いのか。それは神を冒涜する行為だぞ。
彼は神のために生き、神のために死んだ。
I'm sorry. Just...
これで彼の魂は
Okay, are we assuming that they're Muslims or Christians?
死の果てに神はいない。
Or Islamic, sorry. More likely Islamic or Muslim.
テロ襲撃予測地点に近い。
I want to assume Islamic in general there, just because of where they are, what's going on. But they haven't used any iconography, and they probably won't for good reason.
Well, I haven't fully read the Quran. Maybe 100 pages in. And the Torah is just basically half of the Bible. So, I don't remember any of the Torah or the Quran saying, don't be afraid of dying.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, they were just straight up making it up. It's instigating child cult.
I mean, to be fair, it may be heavily implied, at least in the Torah, that don't be afraid of dying, because there's a greater reward waiting for you. But I don't believe it's ever implicitly said.
Here we go, high-speed chase in the Scottish Highlands.
It's that guy who I've never been in the same room with before.
I'm more surprised she managed to catch his face at that speed.
It's not possible.
It's not impossible, but still surprising.
I don't know why she was so aghast at it.
Wow, bulletproof car, they prepared ahead of time.
They've never seen each other as far as I'm
Oh, it's the
aware.
Akira slide.
That moment when it takes 5 minutes to get out of your car.
様、何をしようとしていた？
別に。
ID を確認する。どうした？早く ID を出せ。
Man, the Scots have got way aggressive with their policing, huh?
失礼。この少年は我々の連れなんですが。あなたはこういうものです。失礼しました。
There's no way he didn't see him with a gun out.
I want to say that too. He was firing freely on the highway.
Well, not even that. He was holding the gun at full extension. It was clearly outside the bounds of... Couldn't see it. It was silhouetting against the body.
違う。クルジスだ。
クルジス。そうなの。私、なんて言ったらいいか。
Hello, Dorothy. Meet Hero.
Brought you here to talk. I don't know what to say.
I want to invite you to my birthday.
カマルマジリフ。
この国には観光できたの？
I was shooting someone on the highway. What do you think?
もう少しだけお話し
Quick, turn around and slap her, and then say you'll kill her.
Oh, don't forget to wipe away the tier 2.
実行犯の一人を確保しました。はい。バイオメトリ
Yeah,
クス
the
をこちらに
creepiest
転
part
送
of
しま
that
す。
interaction.
お嬢様、確定情報です。国際テロネットワークは欧州を中心に活動する自然解雇主義組織ラ・イデンラと団体。
Nature Revival
各活
Group.
動拠点の割り出し
I
を
was
急がせ
hoping
な
it was
さい。
going to say,
Are
is
the-
coming, the
そうなの。
international terrorist group
カマル君も
is coming from inside the
ア
house.
ザディスタンは改革派と保守派に分かれ、国内は乱れている。
So,
石油の輸出
is that supposed to mean that they're eco-terrorists?
No, no, no. It's probably like
シ
the
ステムが必要。
the German Green Party sort of thing,
私たちの
in
生
that
活
it's
が悪
a
くなったのは
political
太陽光発
organization
電システム
meant
が
to
できたから
return a certain state
保守派の人
to
たちは
the
それを
I guess in this
快
case
く思って
Europe's
ないの。
overall
両者の対立も止めないと
way of being.
彼らがやってくるわ。
ソレスタルビーン。
Ironically, in the movie
狂信
Look
者の
Who's
集団よ
Back, Hitler says he would join the Green Party. So
確かに戦争はいけないことよ。
I think it's made as a statement to
一
appeal
方的に
towards
武力介入を受けた人々
appealing
現
towards
実に命を落としてい
what
る
the populace is for,
経済が傾いた国もある。
political
彼ら
manipulation
は
and
自分た
whatnot.
ちのことを神だとでも思っているのかしら。
戦争が起これば人は死ぬ。
介入の仕方が一方的すぎるって言ってるの。話し合いもせず平和的解決も模索しないで暴力という圧力で人を縛っている。それはおかしなことよ。
There we go. She's on the right page.
Yeah, I mean, what if Celestial
クル
Being
ジスを滅ぼ
was
し
a
たの
group
は
of
アザディスタン
militant negotiators?
確かにそう。
I mean, at least I could get behind it a little bit
二つ
more.
の国は 最後まで平和的解決をしよ
そう
と。
の間に人は死んだ。
Here we go. Seeing some of the bitterness here.
Literally could have only
語り
talked.
終わったのは6
This
年
guy is like the worst guy to talk to
まだ若くて
of all of them about this.
戦っていたの。
今でも戦っている。戦っている。
あなた
That's not what you want to hear as the monarch of the nation that destroyed his nation.
Are you here to kill me? This dog. It's Hero and Dorothy. Relina.
違う。俺のコードネームは刹那 F 精鋭。ソレスタルビー
Didn't we just beat you up to death? You wouldn't do this?
ソレスタルビーイング。
Look, now that you know that, I have to kill you.
いずれアザディスタンにも向かう。
Walks away. And I'm not coming to your birthday.
そんな
And how many
That
episodes?
was
ない冗談
How many
That was
episodes
still-
in did it happen in Gundam Wing? It's literally that scene.
すでに引き払われているようです。
Oh gosh, yeah.
これでまた振り出し。
That almost feels like a callback, but that was still a very good bit of dialogue, I think. That was very...
ネットワークに流出して
It was dramatic and gave us a lot of info.
Sure, as normal. Her points were solid. His were retarded. Yeah, I'm saying that on YouTube in 2022.
So, well, this is our last episode, everyone. We're getting canceled now.
我々の権限では他国にいるテロ組織への軍事介入を行うことは容易ではない。しかし彼らなら
I'm sorry, are you not
今回
America?
だけは利害が一致したという
That really doesn't seem like you carried on your political activities
クリニッチ標準時1400
from today until then.
了解。
America caring about jurisdiction. When did this happen?
I guess they gave up their status as world police.
敵戦力は不明です。モビルスーツを所有する可能性もあります。
そんなもん狙い撃つだけだ。了解。エクシア、ミ
You
ッション
can't ride that out here. That thing's fucking a rental
GN
taxi.
システムリポーズ解除。プライオリティ。
That was just the disguise all along. So, for that to be a good disguise, though, that means there has to be a lot of rental taxis out there. Rental motorcycle taxis.
Which really feels like a European thing. I'm just saying, I don't imagine rental taxi motorcycles is gonna pick up in New York.
For a second, I honestly was waiting for the scene where the motorcycle would jump into the mech or something and become the cockpit. No, it didn't happen. It just drove off.
各機発
He
進。
just stole it.
This music very much reminds me of like Metroid vibes.
ないないあとはマイスターズに任せてビーチに行きましょう。
いいんですか？
作戦終了後に私ら空に戻るんだけど。
I'm sorry, you're ever gonna actually get into the water? Or
照れたいか？でもいいか。
Look, we needed a beach episode, and it's gonna be now.
well, I guess I called that immediately, didn't I? Except for her.
まさか各国の諜報機関が協力してくれるとは。
The profile shot everybody wanted.
いいように使われただけです。
だが多いな。
Yeah, this honestly is like the logical team up.
ですね。
Tell Celestial Being, here are the terrorists, get them to stop bombing the citizens. Nobody likes this. But that only just makes me believe your conspiracy theory more now.
They literally just attacked something without confirmation. And now let's attack historical landmarks.
容赦しねえ。お前らに慈悲なんかくれてやるか。
Well, I guess this is the answer to the soccer hooligans thing. But they would obviously attack people who even did not have any threat to them.
They have been escalating for sure.
Well, no, I just mean, guy with gun is no threat to your
今日
Gundam.
の俺は
The only way to end war is to destroy all soccer stadiums, Theta.
They're taking it to like the AI extreme. The only way to end war is to kill all
エク
humans.
シア、目標を駆逐する。
So we're going with an Ultron solution then. I see.
That's why I said the AI extreme.
Yeah.
There's no humans, there's no war. You get the clamps!
モビルアーマー。旧式とはいえこんなものまで。
That's right, your mobile suit is configured for space, not for the depths of the ocean.
You remember when this happened in Gundam Wing as well?
Yup.
Except
And
theirs,
it was a big deal there.
except theirs was red. Well, it's that Oz had like 2 different mobile suits for underwater operations.
But no, spacesuit is perfectly fine underwater, it seems.
Well, it's made of the hardest substance known to man.
Exia, 目標を破壊。ガンダム各機、目標を破壊しました。
引き続きライ・デンらの活動を監視、支援国家の割り出しを続けるよう指示してください。
わかりました。
The answer is, all the countries supported them.
まったく世界というのは。姫様、フィンランド外務大臣との連絡が取れましたわ。と言っても大した支援は期待でき。
俺のコードネームは刹那 F 星炎。ソレスタルビーイングのガンダム。
Well, I guess this is how celestial beings gonna get found out.
おい見ろ、モビルスーツだ。
Oh,
どこの国のだ？あの白いのは。
I see that. They gonna get killed right here?
Oh, we're getting to destroy the plane scene.
Yeah, like the scene from The Boys, right?
Oh, I was
Break it in half.
referencing Gundam Wing, but oh gosh, yeah, the boys would be even more brutal. Alright,
Well, because
so
you know in The Boys, the senator, he tells the senator something like very important information that could be used against him, and then dead.
So, here's a story plot line for you. So, that princess eventually goes, alright, I'm going to surrender to the Gundam Meisters, no war, we're disarming, and that puts Setsuna in a terrible position of having to curb stomp his home country, because they're not disarming likewise.
I don't think they're near each other.
They are apparently at war.
But her country isn't in the Middle East.
Yes, it is.
Hers is in Europe.
No, I swear her country was in the Middle East too.
We have literally never seen her in the Middle East. She's been in
Alright.
space. She's been in France.
They've been at her palace.
Dude, that was in France. That was like
No, I'm very certain that was in her own territory.
You're talking about like 2 episodes ago. Which was
Probably talking like episode 2.
I'm pretty sure that she was in Europe during the time you're talking about.
Still, she's indicated that they are at war and so thus likely adjacent.
I do not remember or agree.
Celestial being has gone too far.
そこに隠された真の目的とは次回大国の威信万能などありえない
No one can be all powerful except the Gundams. There we go, so everything is going to come to a head. All the nations get together and decide to try to blow them up. Yeah, makes sense. You got any thoughts on all that?
Things are playing.
We have no confirmation or conspiracy theory, unfortunately. No one... They went there, blew them up, and then said nothing more about them. We got nothing.
One of them got blown
nothing.
up. One of them got blown up without either A, the site recognizing a Gundam was there, or B, the Gundam verifying he was attacking the right location. Literally, they just killed people apropos of nothing. But
While their command was on break, too, so nonetheless.
So yeah, they just killed a bunch of people.
Could have been anyone. Could have just been someone the United States didn't like, and they're just like, alright, target confirmed. So, on this terrorist organization, La Edenia, or whatever, right? So, they already were international.
Wait, before you go further. Which character said that they were going back to Spain?
The other student, the female student character.
Okay. Because La Edenia is obviously a Spanish name.
I would probably go with that, yeah.
Well, it's either that or Portuguese. I'm obviously thinking it's Spanish. Yeah. Especially now we have a character tied to Spain. It just seems like...
Oh yeah, her family is all dead now.
No, I don't think it's a Starship Troopers.
No, we're getting a Code Geass episode. It's like, okay, we need you to identify the body, ma'am.
I just don't think you would tie these two things together for no reason, is all I'm saying.
Right. So it's already an international organization. They're already very well armed. They had warships. And they decide that their next step is to bomb a bunch of random civilians and then call out the Gundam Meisters. They had some other plan before, right? They were clearly not just building up all of this military tech for fun, but they abandoned that plan for the Gundam Meisters.
Also, pointedly, it's stated it's an international terrorist organization, but when they identified them as a European terrorist organization.
I guess that was the source, and it's acting internationally.
Or, it's the other thing that I said before about a bunch of terrorist organizations working together.
So we're getting Oz then.
No. Oz was, well, one, it wasn't a terrorist organization.
More of a military coup.
Yeah. It was not even more like,
so we're
that's
getting a
what
military
it was.
coup.
No, because it's terrorist organizations.
Right.
If anything, it's like Lost in Space, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which had a worldwide terrorist organization.
All right. What else do we want to cover real quick? I feel like the Setsuna Princess arc is definitely going to be a recurring thing here, right?
Well, you never finished your spiel.
Did I?
No,
that was the whole spiel. The terrorist organization had a plan and then changed it up. They could have just gone with their plan.
I don't think they changed it up. I mean, obviously they had a motivation, which is the reason for their forming. But I don't know. I just don't think.
Who were they? What did they believe in? What was going on? I need to know.
I don't think that what we've seen is true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously it falls into my conspiracy theory. So, say that you wanted to create a terrorist organization, but all you have are a bunch of things that you've either stolen or, say you destroy a military base full of mobile suits, and the people evacuate and surrender, and now you have a bunch of leftover mobile suits that they had. Well, what if you wanted to impersonate a organization with a lot of people?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving pieces.
There's a lot of possibilities here, and we're never going to go back and find out. They'll never be mentioned again. That's my prediction here, I think. Never again. Alright, you got any other thoughts about the episode?
Well, we have a terrorist organization on the loose. Let's go ahead and watch.
Oh, fair enough. In that case, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for Gundam 00 here today. This has been Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time, everyone. See ya! Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone Face Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?